G'day detailers, Daily. Before we kick off today's episode, I'd like to make welcome Autofiber Australia, our new sponsor. So, as we all know, one thing when it comes to professional detailing, it's really important to use the right microfiber for the job, especially when it comes to ceramic coatings, glass cleaning, and etc. So, the guys at Autofiber Australia are offering an exclusive deal to all our Detailing Down Under podcast listeners. So, they're giving us 15% off on our first order. So head on over to autofiber.com.au and use the code 15DDUP. Also, if you are a business owner, you can also email Autofiber Australia. So that's sales@autofiber.com.au, and that'll get you 10% off, and you set up your trade account for that. So seriously amazing, good stuff, really. I've been using their applicators and scrub ninjas for a while now, even before this pod. So yeah, I really like the brand and what they offer. So, and I wouldn't support it if I didn't like it. So, head on over and see for yourself how good they really are and their products. So, so thanks again, Autofiber Australia, for coming on board, and hope you enjoys today's episode. Thanks.
Welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast, the place for everything auto detailing in Australia right now. Here's your host, Dale Guthrie.
G'day and welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Dale Guthrie. So we're back into another pod. Going pretty well. Lots of detailers reaching out to me at the moment, which is pretty awesome. So thanks heaps for everyone reaching out to me and wanting to come on. So we've got a fair few up and coming episodes. So and a few good ones as well, like this one today. So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. Dive into the sort of the product side of things. So I've got a few recordings coming up with companies and stuff. So that's sort of what I want to get into, and this was the aim of part of the pod as well. So we've heard a little bit about this company before from another detailer. So it's good that they've reached out and wanting to come on and explain what they get up to. So I got Ockert today from Titan Coatings Oceania. So morning, Ockert, how you going?
Morning, good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad. So Ockert's all the way from Perth, WA. So bit of an early start for him over there with our time difference. So thanks for making the time and the effort.
Well, it's a pleasure, man, and yeah, congratulations on the wonderful show. It's great. I think it's a long time overdue for something like this to happen in our detailing industry in Australia. And yeah, we're always keen to listen to the new ones coming out, and very blessed to be part of it.
Yeah, no, it's full on, and yeah, there's some early mornings of editing and posting, so it's good, and yeah, I'm happy to keep it going, and yeah, we're getting a lot of positive feedback and some negative, which is good. I'm happy for negative, so I'm still learning this game as well, so I'm definitely not an expert at it. So we'll keep it rolling, and we thank everyone for coming on and putting their time and effort into it. So it's good. So we'll start off with your detailing background, Ockert. Where did that start for you?
It's actually a very quite a while ago. Back in school, actually, my dad reminded me a couple of years ago when I started off again. Back in school, we had two buckets and we were washing cars on our bicycles in the neighborhood. I'm talking about primary school, high school, and we've done that for quite some time. Then went to varsity and all those things and studying, and came back after that. We actually built a galvanized tank full of water with a gurney and all those things, and we were towing it behind our cars, and yeah, it evolved to something bigger, but I can't remember what happened. That's years ago. We actually sold it, and yeah, that was the end of detailing for a very, very long time, until we came to Australia about 7 years ago. I got involved in a franchise that didn't work out, and yeah, the rest is history.
So where's your home country?
South Africa.
Oh, yep. Oh, nice. I couldn't quite pick the accent, but yeah, no, nice. So that you were mobile back over there back then?
Yes, very mobile. Started off on a bicycle with the buckets and the clients, vacuum cleaners. But yeah, it was just the love for cars was always there.
Yep. No, nice. Um, so did you do much once you got here? Detailing once the other franchise didn't work out, did you get back into it then?
Yeah, when the franchise didn't work out, I just went on my own. Basically, we did mobile. We worked out of the garage. We set things up there, and just met so many people in the industry that was willing to help um, from the franchise, and we're still friends today. We actually do a lot of things together still. But yeah, it's been now just over a year that we've moved into a shop, and basically the business is just going very well. The detailing side of it and the Titan side of it.
Yep. So what's the detailing company you got today?
It's Iconic Detailing in Perth. We just shop base. We focus on ceramic coatings and corrections. We do get the odd full detail that we've got to do, and we try to maintain our coated clients' vehicles. Some of them, one of the guys is going out. I'll sometimes go with him, going out to the client's house. But it's literally we've got like I think 3 clients like that, and they just don't have the time to travel to us. So they've got 6 cars. It's quite difficult to
Oh
do
wow.
that.
Yep.
So
So
yeah,
so you still got the mobile side there if need be to use it.
it is. Yeah, I don't think I will ever get rid of it. It's a nice to have, especially when you do quotes and if you have a situation where the client cannot come to you, the car's due for a clean, and it's just a service that we added to specific clients.
Yep. No, we've heard that before on the pod. People doing that, and it's probably another extra service and helps your customers out as well. So flexibility, which is good.
Yeah.
So what were your challenges when you got to Australia and starting out and stuff like that?
Um, with a business like with any other business, I mean, I think the biggest challenge is financing, financial issues, and I learned a lot, very expensive lessons, and I think my wife can be a big testimony to that. We made a lot of mistakes, but we kept on going. You try to look what other people are doing, and you get sometimes sucked in and too focused on that, and you forget to focus on your own business.
Yeah.
That was my biggest challenge. But once we overcame that, it's getting a lot easier over the years. We're still learning a lot every day. To have a group of detailers, I just counted them this morning again, with just over 30 guys who's part of the Titan group in Oceania. Um, Learning from them with years of experience. Some of them's got years of experience, some of them's got 2, 3 years experience. Some of them are 23 years old and the older guys. So
Yep.
you're learning constantly from everybody. And that's what I just, keep me on my toes, and I just enjoy that.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to ask how many installers you got. So at what stage did you think of bringing on Titan, or why did you choose Titan, you reckon?
Um, well, a challenge was given to me by one of my clients, actually one of the clients that we still do a lot of detailing work, mobile detailing work for. He just said to me he wasn't happy with the stuff that we've put onto his car, and he said there must be something. And I've been looking around, testing a lot of products. I'm not going to say no. I'm not bagging any company. Every
Yep.
company's got their own right to be wherever they are. Um, and my business mentor in the US put me onto Titan. And I phoned them and they said to me, yeah, you can purchase some samples if you like. And purchased some samples, tested it, and I just liked it. The first application was like, oh, this is hard. But that was like one of the first ever coatings that they've made public. And it was just, the end result was just so much better. And I showed it to my client, and he's like, I want that in my car. And yeah, the rest is history.
Sold. Yep. No, nice.
3 years, and yeah, they've just celebrated their 3 years in the making. We with them from the beginning, and it's amazing to see how the company evolved over the past 3 years. with limited funding and all those things. So yeah, it's good.
No. So yeah, Titan's only 3-year old as a business.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Right.
That's probably because we
Obviously,
had.
obviously they're older than that, but I mean, being a distributor and being uh, sending the product out to the detailers and to the distributors, it's about 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I first come across with we had Kent from Glossworks on, so from Toowoomba. So yeah, I'd never heard of him before, and it was quite interesting how he was explaining it and how they work. And yeah, so it was he spoke really well and highly of it, and rates it very well as well, which is even better. So um, what's do you how many employees you got with your detailing business?
I had a few. We very recently, like a few days ago, scaled down another business. We just basically hand back the keys to the company that we were helping out. We had a couple, but now it's just me and one more guy. He's a full-time employee. He's been with me for the last 2.5 years. He's part of the family. Comes to the house doesn't eat meat, but he's making his own vegetarian barbecue. We like to do that. So, he's part of the family, and it's just such a blessing to have him on board.
Yep. So Titan, the coating company, where did they originate from? Was that America?
From the UK, they in Leeds.
UK. Oh, all right. Oh, nice. And it's obviously different. It's different to a normal ceramic, isn't it? I think Kent.
Yes, it's more elastomer based.
Yep.
Dual carbon polymer technologies. I mean, you can go into technical stuff like I told you before. It's just, I'm still learning a lot, but yeah, it's completely different than just a basic ceramic.
So for Titan Coatings, did you have to go over to the UK and do some training for that as well?
No, we did everything online. I mean, we started Titan just before COVID hit.
I was going to say that. Yeah, that would be about right. Yep.
And it was very challenging, but I mean, online just showed us all that can be done. And when we took on new installers in Australia and New Zealand, everything was online or via the phone. Look at things. But yeah, been lucky enough to travel a couple of weeks ago. We went to Brisbane for just a catch up with the boys and do some, I will not say training. We just played around with Ken's wife's car actually. And yeah, it came out pretty good. She had quite a few guys working on it. Then we went to Sydney, met some new potential installers there. Met the older guys that's there, Eddie's and those guys. It was just really nice to see the faces of the lads and spend time with them, see what challenges they are facing in their business. Yeah.
No, that's good. It's good to get out and meet the people that install your products for you now. So is there much training that they have to do as an installer? Do they come across to see you or?
No, we're not giving training. We try to get people on board with experience. I mean, if you applied coatings for the last 2 to 5+ years, you have an idea, you have a good understanding, or you should have a good understanding of how to apply coating. We do have standards and we do have guidelines which to follow. And we also have little groups where guys can bounce off ideas and say, listen, this works better in this climate. If you've got the humidity that's 90% and it's 100 degrees Celsius, rather use this, coat in the morning, coat in the evening, try to get a controlled environment, those kind of things. So the boys help each other out very well. And yeah, it's just a lovely group it's a small family growing.
No, that's good. So is there, with temperature and that, does that play a big part with Titan as well, with install, humidity and stuff?
Definitely. You've got to remember, I mean, Titan is developed in the UK, but it's been tested all over the world. So we're still getting a few guys having issues because it's not your normal coating that you apply. I struggled the first few times, but once you get your head around it, it all depends on your humidity. Humidity is a big factor, and sometimes it's a wipe on, wipe off process. If it's not that humid, you leave it on for a few seconds and you just wipe it on, level it out,
Yep.
and go to the next area.
All right. Does it sort of have a flash off? Does it flash off and go like have a rainbow effect, or is that not like
Some
that
of
one?
them, yes. I know Zeus has a rainbow effect, definitely. Hyperport's not so much. Vulcan definitely not, because that's wipe on, wipe off. Same with PX10. Yeah, it all depends from which one you want to use.
Yep. And how does that? I was going to ask, how many actual coatings have you got? Is it?
Quite a few. We've got Zeus. It's a 7-year elastomer. Then we've got PX10. It's a 3 or 6 year, depends if you put 2 layers of PX10 on, you'll get 6 years out of it. One layer will be 3. That's the only one that we can basically double your durability. Vulcan is very, very, it's our rubber membrane. That's, in my opinion, the biggest hit in Australia at the moment. Well, all over the world, everybody wants PX10 and Vulcan, PX10 being your base and Vulcan your topper. It gives you a good self-healing, self-cleaning surface. Then we have Pyro, which is for the rims. Protects up to, well, will withstand heat up to 1,500 degrees Celsius.
Yep.
And it lasts for the test that we've done on a car now that's going to the trucks quite a lot, a Porsche. I think it's on for 2.5 years.
Oh, that's good. Yep.
And still, you just rinse the wheel off.
Yep. Wow.
Then we've got hyperglass and leather.
Oh, yep. You got an interior. Yep. As well.
Yeah, leather. We are working on a fabric coating, but like Titan is with everything, they're very, very pedantic about having something that's durable. The ones that they have is not as durable, and they're still working and trying to develop it.
Yep.
Then we've got the new product called Hydro. It's 145, which is a topper, which we recommend our clients put on every 2 to 3 years over whatever they have on. If the car is in our harsh conditions, if the client looks after the car, I mean, Vulcan is basically a permanent coat that's going to be there for a very, very, very long time. It all comes down, and you should know it. Everything is linked to proper maintenance. Coating will last as long as you want it to last, and if you look after your car.
Yep. Yeah, I say that to my customers all the time. It's you still got to maintain the coating. You can't sort of set and forget. You still add some maintenance to it, and a good hand wash always helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have a maintenance line with any products as well?
We are busy with it. With Titan, they've got a company called QR Chemicals that they also doing things for some guys in, I know, Puerto Rico, and some guys in the UK. It's getting it at the moment. It's just a costing factor for us. We still work out what's going to be the best, if we're going to bottle it the year or if they're going to bottle it there. But it will be under our own brand, like Iconic Detailing or whatever it is.
Yep.
Really good. I mean, we've got the samples, and it's pretty good product. And yeah, there's a couple of new things coming up as well. We do have the aviation range that's going to get launched, I think, next year.
Yep.
And then a dedicated PPF coating that's coming out also early next year. And yeah, our marine coating is out, just been launched, Triton. I've used it on one boat, and I haven't heard back from the client yet. He hasn't tested it. But what the other guys have been testing, it really helps with anti-fouling and all those things.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, because there's a lot of other coatings companies are going into the marine and the other sides of things as well. So the aero side. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How many with your coatings and stuff? How many applications do you need? How many coats do you apply per coating? Is it 1 or 2 or 3, or how many can you go?
You can go up to 5. It depends what you want to do. It depends on the client's budget, what the needs are. We've got clients who've got, I know, 3 layers of Vulcan on. For me personally, it's overkill. But we recommend our installers use PX10 as a base or Zeus as a base, and you top it up with Vulcan. with that said, you can also use PX10 as a standalone coating for your entry-level packages, what you offer to your clients. Or you can, Zeus, it's a good 7-year coat. It's self-leveling. If you put 2 layers on, there's some form of self-leveling, even with one. That my friend, what's his name, Dees in New South Wales tested in Sydney. He's the guy with the brush on the bonnet.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And just put hot water over it. Yeah, he's one of the few guys that's doing it actually on a client's car. But you know what? Good on him, and it's working for him. And yeah, it's just good how the coatings are actually how the installers trust the coatings.
Mm. Is there much prep work? It's probably very similar to any other coating, I guess.
Yes and no. We had a very in-depth conversation about different prep that's been used, and people who's got issues, doesn't matter with what coating. Our big tester in Iceland, Mikkel, and I had a long conversation about what to use and what not to use. Some people think this brand is better than that brand, and it comes down to the end of just not damaging your paint. It's not about just getting the stuff off. You can make your paint soft. You can do so much harm to a panel if you prep it incorrectly. And then you put the coating on, there's something goes wrong and everybody's blaming the coating. So prep is definitely vital, and we are working, Titan as a group are working on a panel prep that will be great for our coatings. At the moment, the guys are using a wax and grease remover, some form of IPA, but yeah.
Yep.
It's more or less the same, but we're getting very, I will not say strict on that, it's just very cautious about what we use.
Yep. No, that's fine. Did you have many dramas with getting products through the COVID period with supply chain issues? Did you have much dramas with that?
I think once we had a shortage. Now with the war going on in the Ukraine, we have some shortages with some things, with some components, but they've managed to get it elsewhere. We have to put one product, a very good product, ACCR, on hold for now. But they are working very hard to get a substitute for that component that they can't find.
Yep. So for any detailer in Australia wants to connect with you to become an installer, they just email you guys in Australia here?
Yeah, they can just go to our website, Titan Coatings Oceania.com. There's on the little, I think there's a third button to the right. You can just register for an account, and I will make contact with you. We'll have a chat, and we'll see how your business can benefit out of Titan.
Yeah. Is there much criteria? So a fixed location or anything like that? Websites and all that? You're meant to have all that?
I will never say no to mobile detailers. You know what? Everybody's starting off somewhere, like myself. So it's going to be a case by case. We prefer you have a shop. But like I said, it's case by case. Years of experience. I know I've got a few guys that's on board that's mobile detailers, but they've got it set up better than my shop in the garage.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. It's not. It all comes down to experience and obviously location. I mean, we don't want to have an installer on every corner. We're not going to do that. I would like to have some distance in between the installers, and we monitor their pricing. There's not going to be a price war like with other companies. It's really, really becoming issues. I fell on my back the other day when I heard what somebody was charging for something I charged $2,000 for a couple of years ago. Charging 800. Like, what has happened? So it's just, we're not going to make the product cheap. That's for sure, because it's not a cheap product to buy.
Yeah.
And we encourage all the new guys to purchase, to make a small investment in product for themselves, to test it out, to have everything. You know, you want to test things out. You want to see what they do, what the benefits are before you actually install it on the client's car.
Yep. Yeah, nice. You spoke about new products coming. What's the detailing culture over in WA with Iconic Detailing? Do you work with other detailers in town? push work for them?
Um, yeah, I will not say we push work to each other, but yeah, we've got a good. We've got actually we have three Titan installers in Perth.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got guys from Beauty and Beast, Stefan and Kelly, and Shane as well. That's been trying and testing our products for a while now. From addictive to detail, it's completely on the opposite side. But yeah, then there's a few PPF guys that we get along with. We don't do PPF at all. Um, and some tinters that's doing some work for us here in the shop sometimes. Um, yeah, that's about it. And then obviously you meet some of them in yeah, the car shows and cars and coffee and stuff like that. But then you get a bunch of cowboys that's out there that's just brutally just doing business.
Yep. Everyone's having a crack. When you talk about PPF and you got a new coating coming, the forms of your coating is very similar to a PPF, but probably not as strong. Is that correct? Like with self-healing, like you can scratch it with the brush to a point.
Yeah, up to about, well, recommended, everything is recommended to 2 microns.
Yep.
We've seen a little bit deeper, but I will not say it's like PPF. It's got a lot of the same properties, being very elastomer based. It's very bendable, very adaptive to the environment. So just self level, self heal.
Hmm.
So many people are calling it different things. And yeah,
No, it's interesting because, yeah, we talk about self-healing and coatings, but yours definitely can do it to a point. But, yeah, obviously nothing to like a PPF, having PPF on. So it's cool that you probably got a PPF coating coming out, which is good.
yeah, yeah. Well, at the moment, the guys are we all are using Vulcan on top of PPF.
Yep.
It just gives you that extra protection, not just for scratches and stuff like that, but just for. I mean, our sun is like 10 times hotter here than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, fading and all those things can be a factor. Apparently, I don't know anything about PPF.
Yep.
Not that I'm not interested in it, but we've seen a lot of cars that came back with just why you just ask the question why.
Yeah.
But I like both. If it's installed correctly, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a whole different world, the PPF game. It's another art to learn. That's for sure.
Patience.
Going through it. Yeah. Very, yeah. You got to be patient. That's for sure. So, any advice for anyone out there wanting to start a detailing business, you reckon? Have you got any advice for them?
Yeah, well, just stay true to yourself. Keep your overheads as low as possible, and pay yourself. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people don't do when they have their own business.
Mm.
Is the household expenses comes out of the business, which really can cripple it. Pay yourself a salary, even if it's minimum wage. You deserve to be paid. Doesn't matter if you're the boss of the company, just pay yourself a wage. And when I started doing that, things change a lot. You feel a little bit more worth something in your own company. You're an employee, although you're the owner. Just stick to your guns. Just network with other people. Go out and just have fun. I mean, you're in the business. Nobody just wants to wash cars. But it's got to be a passion.
Mm.
Yeah. And make friends, enjoy the ride.
Yep. Be friends with everyone and work with everyone. So we always say there's enough cars for everyone to go around.
Oh.
We'll probably get into our 6-stage questions. So a few random ones here for you. Can you remember your first ever detailing job when you're on the bike?
On the bike? Oh my goodness. That was, I don't want to give away my age, man. That was, yes, I can remember it actually. It was a 1989 Mercedes, BMW 740.
All right.
It was actually my sister's wedding car. One of my friends' dads asked me to wash it, and that's where the whole thing started.
That's good. Uh, do you get on the polisher much? Have you probably Yep. What's your favorite one? What's your go-to polisher these days?
I've just changed everything, man. I'm sorry for laughing, but yeah, I've chucked the big brand away. It's just having too many problems. But my new go-to, I've got two. I've got the Makita cordless.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got the Osram. I think it's called the Hurricane. We are fighting between me and Tanish, the guy that works with me. We're always fighting for that, so I've just ordered another one. Um, and then obviously the PX80, that cordless Flex as well.
Yep.
Really good machine. I just absolutely love those.
Mm. I heard there's a new attachment for that come from what I've seen at SEMA online, so which is interesting. Another little, so yeah, it's like a little. It connects to the polisher, and then you can do. I've seen them online, but you can do like under door handles and stuff, and then you got little attachments for it and stuff. So I think that's new for that machine, which I've got to get my hands on one to get. Everyone's telling me how good they are, so I've got to get one. So,
yeah.
but no, that's good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this question. I might get rid of it. I reckon ceramic or PPF.
Both.
Yeah, both. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not gonna back PPF, man. It's a good protection, uh, but I will always put something on top of it.
yep.
Well, especially on the matte PPFs. I've seen so many cars with. I mean, you've got to basically replace it. So I'll always put something on top of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about the matte stuff. You see it installed. Probably should ask Sud the other week, but yeah, how that goes with durability wise. If it's the same as the gloss, I guess it would be. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Favorite detailing tool or product?
Product, man. I'm gonna say Vulcan. It's when you crack the bottle open, it's just that smell that you're just addicted to now. Um,
Oh, it's a good smell, is it?
I wouldn't say it's a good smell. It's different. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I just love applying Vulcan. I've actually got a Kia Sorento GT and a Model Y that's getting coated in Vulcan today.
Mm.
So yeah, I can't wait to crack a bottle and just that's my favorite product.
Yeah. Do the probably should ask before, but does the kits Titan come with any applicators, or how do you applicate it on?
No, we recommend you use the Autofiber Saver applicator pads. Like
Yep.
everybody in Australia is using them now.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're
it's just
awesome.
saving a lot of product, man. It's simple, it's easy. Yeah, our kits doesn't have massive, expensive boxes. You get it in a bag, bubble wrap, off you go. This is to save cost.
Yep. Shout out to Autofiber, our sponsor. So you obviously, yeah, Joe's a good bloke, and he'll sort you out with any Autofiber and Saver applicators. I rave on them all the time, and other people in the industry are getting onto them as well. So which is good to see. So I think they do save you time. You probably still use the same amount of product, but I feel they do save you time.
We've done a test. I mean, I love testing stuff and time definitely.
Yep.
We had the same identical cars and we've been coding. Me and Tanish has been coding for quite 2.5 years together, and he knows what to do. I know what to do. So it's just easier to apply, and you do save product definitely. Unless you're going to obviously empty the bottle, but we take the dropper out and we just put a pipette in, and you
Yep.
just squeeze it out. It's just safer, and you save so much more product.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't seep through into the sponge.
No, yeah, and that's the benefit, and you get both sides out of them applicators too, not just one and toss it. It's you get two cars out of them. So, what are your interests outside of detailing?
Not fishing. Everybody's asking me to go fish with them. No, I'm a big rugby fan. My boys play rugby for a club in Perth, and at school. And if they don't play, we watch rugby.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what time in the morning it is. We've got a horrible time zone. So
Yeah.
we'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning watching rugby. So yeah, that's how. And barbecue. We've got massive barbecue set up. with a bunch of friends. So we always barbecue, we smoke, we do a lot of meat cooking.
All right. That's good. It's good weather for it over in WA too.
Yeah, hopefully it's getting warmer soon. It's still pretty chilly outside. I don't know what's happening.
It's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
So, no, well, that's about it, really. Anything else you'd like to have a chat about? If anyone wants to reach out to you, how can they get hold of you?
Yeah, they can just go onto the website, TitanCoatingSoceania.com. And yeah, there's a link. I'll just put a link up for register here. Register your interest, and we'll give you a call within 24 to 48 hours.
Yep.
Discuss things going further.
Yep. No, that's good. Oh, well, we'll wrap it up there. But yeah, no, it was good to have you on because yeah, Kent spoke highly of the brand, and we always thought, and I was quite interested too. I was like, that's an interesting new coating, and yeah, if it's only been out 3 years, no wonder I probably haven't heard too much about it. But it's good to come on here and talk about it, and no one else might not know about it either, which is even better. So this is what the pod's for, to get your products out there and let everyone know what you're using and what you're doing or how you do it. So
yeah.
it's awesome.
Thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thanks for making the time and effort, and yeah, a bit early for you, and no, we appreciate it.
No, it's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure.
Nah. All right, we'll wrap it up, but yeah, anyone that's listening, don't forget to share the pod and give us a rating if you can as well. Hopefully all positive, and anything negative, yeah, just reach out to me and tell me what I can do better. And if anyone else wants to come on, give us a shout. Yeah, I got a few booked in, as I said, but yeah, we'll work through these all, and yeah, I think it's going pretty well, so it's all good. All right, thanks for listening, and we'll all chat next week. Thanks, guys.
That was another episode of the Detailing Down Under podcast. Subscribe now for everything auto detailing in Australia.